Hello everyone and welcome back to TKWF. This is the return. This is season 2 of the TKWF and this is our pay-per-view TKF Revival. Now you may be wondering, why are we back? Didn't DZW beat us? Well, I'll explain that as the pay-per-view moves on, but for now let's get into this amazing Revival pay-per-view. Alright, here we are, ladies and gentlemen, with our first match of the evening. Now this is a new division in the TKWF with the new season. This is called the Mayhem division. Now you may be asking, what is that? Now this is a division that is not based on weight class. It is not based on a specific match type like the multi-man match title that we had for a while, but this is a way of life. So, as I said, Mayhem Division is not about weight class. It is technically our hardcore title and our cruiserweight title fused together. So it's all about high-flying action, but it's also about hardcore action as well. So anyone can compete in this as long as they have the right type of style to fit in with this mode. So it could be an interesting way to see how this title and this division will be progressing in the future. And we just had Katsuyori Yamashita, one of our Japanese imports, making his debut here in TKWF Season 2. And here we have a former Cruiserweight champion in his own right in this division, making his return for Season 2. It is Jesse Kincaid. Now, I should mention as well, you may be wondering, what's the point of having this title if they constantly have to put their body on the line to compete for it? There are specific rules for the Mayhem Division Championship. So you can use the Mayhem Division Championship, cash it in whenever you like, to claim a world title shot. So you can use it whenever you want, sort of like a Money in the Bank, but it has to be for a match. So you have to say, hey, I'm cashing in to challenge the champion in a match. However, the caveat to that is they have to defend the title 2 times a month on regular TKWF shows, as well as the pay-per-view. So it can be whether or not they want to defend it as the first 2 shows of the month and then have 2 shows off of not defending it before the pay-per-view, or they can choose to have the last 3 or any 2 shows in between, but it has to be defended twice in a row, or twice in a month, I should say. And here we have one of our new signees to TKWF Season 2. It is Zach Murphy. Now, I should mention this season we will see some old names, we will see some new names, and we will see some names that you're like, I've seen these people elsewhere before. And yes, you may have seen them elsewhere before, but this is a clean slate for anyone who comes into this division. I will mention that as of right now, there are no plans to see any DZW denizens in the TKWF Season 2, and I will explain that as this match gets into way. But for now, this is the Mayhem Division entrances. And lastly but not least, in this Fatal 4-Way match, I should mention this match is what we call the Mayhem Special, and it is a Falls Count Anywhere, anything goes match. There are tons of weapons underneath the ring. It's Falls Count Anywhere, elimination style, and the winner who survives out of the 3 will be crowned the champion. Now here we have another one of our Japanese imports, Jet the Ninja. Now we have quite a few Japanese imports in this year. We have Jet the Ninja, Katsuyori Yamashita. Once again, we have who is formerly known as Akira Falcon and then Kurai Falcon. He is now going by Raito Falcon, and I'll explain that later on when he comes to his match. Oh, it looks like Katsuyori and Zach Murphy out already having some words in the outside while Jet the Ninja is making his debut entrance here. They're having a few words, definitely. Jet the Ninja not caring. He's still having his first entrance here in the TKWF before we kick things off. And now there it is, ladies and gentlemen. It is the TKWF Mayhem Championship. The design is not final. It may get some reworks in the next coming weeks. But for now, that is what the title looks like. And these four will be competing for that Mayhem Division Championship. A reminder that the winner, although has to defend it 2 times a month, as well as a pay-per-view every single month, they can cash it in whenever they want to challenge the world champion, which we will crown on this show as well. Now, I should explain, for those of you who did see Season 1 of TKWF, you may be wondering, well, what happened to Season 1? It was building up to a pay-per-view between TKWF and DZW. And what happened there was, I will admit, DZW won in that Uncivil Warfare pay-per-view. However, the footage was destroyed by the DZW person because he's like, we already beat you. We don't need to show people that we beat you. We're just going to make sure that your show disappears. Nice springboard there from Jesse Kincaid. And Katsuyori Yamashita and Zach Murphy are going at each other after their words outside the ring. Oh, and a nice splash there from Jesse Kincaid. Oh, he's charging something up. Oh, and a forearm off the top rope. And here we go with the first cover. 1, 2. Oh, and a kick out of 2 by Jet the Ninja. So, yeah, basically Matt Rogers, the owner of DZW and technically the owner of TKWF for a short period, decided not to post that pay-per-view and ended up changing all the logins for the accounts so we could not access them and we could not feature any content on the former TKWF channel. Now, after some lengthy legal disputes over contracts, and here we go with the cover here. 1, 2. Oh, and a kick out at 2 from Zach Murphy. After some lengthy contract disputes over the loophole that Matt Rogers found, which cost him, well, which gave him the opportunity to challenge for the title, it was then decided that he did not actually own control of the title, but however, neither did I, TK, and it would be going to sold to the highest bidder. And now the highest bidder managed to buy the TKWF and allow me to still be the commentator for what was my creation. Oh, Salito del Sol there from Jet the Ninja, and we got a cover. 1, 2, and a kick out of 2. However, I am no longer the owner. I do not control how matches are booked. Oh, a nice spinning kick to the face there from Jet the Ninja. And our new owner / general manager will make an appearance later on down the line. But for now, I am here hosting the TKWF Revival pay-per-view. And this is one of many matches that we have on this show. Oh, reversal there from Zach Murphy. And we will be crowning all 5 of our champions on this pay-per-view and showcasing basically everyone who we have either signed or re-signed leading into Season 2 in this pay-per-view. As I said, there will be some new signees, there'll be some former signees. And here we go, Zach Murphy with a cover now. 1, and a kick out at 1 from Katsuyori. Now, these guys haven't really utilized the falls count anywhere. Or the weapons in this match, might I add. As I say that, Zach Murphy taking Katsuyori to the outside. Oh, we're bringing him back to the inside now. Kincaid and Jet the Ninja still fighting in the ring as they were. So our 5... Oh, what a move from Zach Murphy there. And we got a cover 2 and 3. Our first elimination. Katsuyori Yamashita has been eliminated from this match. Oh, a nice standing moonsault. The ref racing out to the ring now to make the cover. And but no, Zach Murphy breaks up the pin there. Does he not realize that this is an elimination match and he could have just had Jesse Kincaid eliminated? So as I was saying, oh, and a Salito del Sol coming from Jesse Kincaid now. 1, but a kick out there. As I was saying, we have 5 champions. We have the Mayhem Division Championship. We have the Intercontinental Championship, the Tag Team Championship, obviously, and then obviously the Women's World and the World Heavyweight Championships. All will be crowned as new champions on the show, as most of the championships went to DZW Denizens at the end of Season 1, so the new managers, the new owners decided to just run a clean slate in Season 2, vacate all titles, and start fresh. Granted, the Intercontinental title was originally the multi-man and Intercontinental titles being fused into the Global Championship, but the new owners decided to just make it the Intercontinental Championship, and the ref, I don't know what the ref was doing there. He ran around the Superstars, ran into the ring to make the cover. Oh, and a nice kick there to the face. But enough about how the new owner's running the show. Let's get back into the action of this match. And now these 3 still fighting, going toe-to-toe now, trying to claim the first ever Mayhem Championship. Now it's going to be interesting to see, how this division plays out, because not every match will be multi-man matches. It could just be defended in a one-on-one match, but it's going to be interesting to see how champions utilize that and use it to defend their titles. Oh, a backstabber there from Jet the Ninja. Goes for the cover on Zach Murphy. Ref goes 1, 2. Oh, and a kick out at 2. It'll be interesting to see how they utilize their cash-in title, but it'll also be interesting to see how they handle the having to defend the title 2 times a month. So it's not technically a 24/7 rule, but they do have to defend it twice. So not being the 24/7 rule, they don't have to defend it whenever they want, but they have to choose when they defend the match, or if they get challenged, they have to accept it when they still have defenses. Oh, and Jesse Kincaid has been eliminated. We are now down to Zach Murphy and Jet the Ninja now. Now, interesting enough, we still haven't seen any weapons in this Extreme Rules Falls Count Anywhere match. But I guess these superstars want to show off their wrestling prowess over using weapons in this match. Now it's down to Jet the Ninja and Zach Murphy. Who will win? And who will be crowned the first Mayhem champion? Nice move there from Jet the Ninja, going to the top rope now. Oh, he's calling Zach Murphy to get up. Oh, but Zach Murphy dodges. He dodges the crossbody. Now what's he gonna do? Oh, what a move there from Zach Murphy. And again. Oh, what's he going for now? Oh, a jumping knee to the face. And now Zach Murphy looks like he doesn't know what he's wanting to do. And Jet and the Ninja's taking that into account as he's using strikes to keep Zach Murphy at bay while he works out his ultimate plan. And there it is, the Salida del Sol. Could this be it? 1, 2, 3. And Jet the Ninja is our first ever Mayhem Division champion. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that was a brilliant match. As you can see, Jet the Ninja's bleeding a bit. Didn't see when he got busted open, but he's already bleeding for his first championship. The Mayhem Division champion, Jet the Ninja. Well, congratulations to Jet the Ninja on winning his first championship and being the first champion crowned in this season of TKWF. But for now, we have the Women's World Championship match, and here she is, the queen of the Rebel Club, which we will introduce later on in the show. She is the female member of it. You know, she's been dominant in former shows that she's been on, but this could be her first chance at being crowned a women's champion. Now, this match is a triple threat three-way dance, which means it is an elimination triple threat match. The last woman standing will be crowned the TKWF Women's Champion. And here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Another new signee to TKWF in Season 2. It is Anne Andrews. Now we will see Anne Andrews' partner, who just goes by Andrews, later on in the Intercontinental 5-man ladder match. But for now, will Anne Andrews be able to hold her end of the bargain in this three-way dance for the Women's World Championship? It's going to be interesting to see. Now, at the moment, these are the only women currently signed to the division, but we are in some... we are in contract negotiations with a few other women, so it'll be interesting to see how this women's division grows over the coming months. But for now, we thought we would showcase all three women that we have currently signed to the TKWF. And now here we have it, ladies and gentlemen. Speaking of TKWF, here is the Queen, Olivia Jade, a former TKWF Women's Champion in her own right. I believe one of the first, if not the first, TKWF Women's Champion. And if I'm not mistaken, she was the final TKWF Women's Champion before DZW took over and closed the women's division. So it's going to be interesting to see if she can bring it back and be crowned the first ever TKWF Women's World Champion in Season 2 of TKWF. And there it is, ladies and gentlemen, the TKWF Women's World Championship. It is an exact replica of the Men's World Championship. However, it has a white strap instead of a blue strap. We do this to give the women's division a bit more of a bit more of, trying to find the word here. I can't think of the word right now. It'll come to me soon. But for now, we have these three women in this three-way dance. Now, as I said, this is elimination style, so last woman leaves as the Women's World Champion. legitimacy. That's the word that I was looking for. To give the women's division a little bit more legitimacy, we have decided to make their title the same as the world title because in their own right, it is their world title of their division. So why not make it the same as the world title? Now, these three women going at it. Now, I am able to confirm that contract negotiations with Alice Lane, who was one of our most dominant women's champions, is coming to a close, and the signs are on the dotted line. However, she is finishing up some previous book dates, so she will not be here for a few weeks. However, she will be making an appearance via promo next week to explain how she feels about the new women in the division and have a few words for the women in the division. And it'll be interesting to see her make her debut or her return to TKWF very soon. And now the Queen Olivia Jade has barely taken any damage in this match, but she's been putting out quite a lot. And oh, the double knees to the gut of Ivy Fisher now. Oh, but Ivy Fisher fighting back. Now, I should mention, although Ivy Fisher is called... I called her the Queen of the Rebel Club. That is not her official moniker. The only queen in this season of TKWF is the Queen Olivia Jade. I should mention that because if I don't, she will be on me for not claiming her as the only queen of the division. But the ferocity there from Ivy Fisher. Now Ann Andrews back in the ring. The Queen Olivia Jade. It seems that Ivy and Olivia seem to want to fight each other, and Ann Andrews is just a side, a bit of an inconvenience for them. They seem, oh, here we go with the first cover. 1, 2, oh, that was so close to 3. Ivy Fisher cannot believe it. Ann Andrews is probably thanking the Lord she was able to muster the strength to kick out there. Oh, and a Superman punch. The Superman punch from Ivy Fisher. Oh, but it was not enough to keep Olivia Jade down. Oh, but the running kick to the face there. Here we go. 1, 2. Oh, and a kick out again. I think the first kick was enough to stun Ann Andrews, but it wasn't enough to keep it down. And this time, it was not enough to keep it down because she was expecting it. But, oh, the kick to the face. Ivy Fisher coming in with a lot of ferocity in this match. This is definitely a new side to Ivy Fisher that we have never seen in any of her former feds that she has wrestled in. And here we go with the cover. 1, 2, 3, and Ivy Fisher is eliminated. And now we are down to 2. Will it be Ann Andrews or the Queen Olivia Jade? Who will be our first ever Women's World Champion in TKWF? Now I can just imagine Alice Lane sitting at home watching this match, waiting for her debut. She had a lengthy feud with the Queen Olivia Jade in the past, so it'll be an interesting showing to see if the Queen can bring the title back to her. 1, 2, and 3. She does it. The Queen Olivia Jade is TKWF Women's World Champion. Well, congratulations, but I guess it was to be expected. A former TKWF Women's Champion, now the first ever TKWF Women's World Champion. Congratulations to the Queen, Olivia Jade. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, here we are with the first the second men's minor title. Well, I shouldn't call it a minor title because it is still a very important title when it comes to the TKWF, and it is the Intercontinental Championship. Now here we are with our first competitor, another new signee to TKWF, and that is Powell. Now, as I mentioned before, this is a 5-man ladder match, and this is showcasing a lot of our new signee talent to be signed to the company. They are all getting a shot at that title right there, the Intercontinental Championship being hung above the ring. The only way to win this match is to grab that title down while climbing a ladder. And here we have another interesting signee. He calls himself the psychedelic punk, Maddox Everett. Now this is a very interesting character here in Maddox Everett, with a very interesting look. You know, he calls himself the psychedelic punk. You know, he has his black and red mohawk, but he also wears some strange face painting and makeup on the face, as well as his green and white attire, and the very interesting entrance that he has with the purple smoke. It's definitely an overall interesting experience whenever Maddox Everett enters the ring. But don't let his looks fool you. He is one competent wrestler, and he is looking to claim the first ever TKWF Intercontinental Championship for Season 2. And there he is, pointing at the championship, saying that title is mine. As I said, this character is very eccentric and weird. That's basically all I can say about the psychedelic punk known as Maddox Everett. Now he is ready for whatever opponents throw his way. And who is our next opponent? Another new signee to TKWF in this season. I believe everyone in this match is a new signee, and it is the Australian Saint. Now this guy, the Australian Saint, is from Australia. Is an interesting little character himself. You know, he's all dressed in green and gold. But don't let his small stature fool you. He is definitely a fast-paced superstar in the ring, and even more determined when it comes to winning championships. He's won championships in every company he's ever been in, and he's looking to make TKWF as another stomping ground for him to claim many championships in. And here we have entrant number 4 in this ladder match. Oh, well, who's this? Oh, it's Oppo X. And here you can hear the crowd going, Oppo, Oppo. Oppo X is a fighter like no other that you've ever seen in the TKWF before. And he is looking to claim that Intercontinental Championship for himself. Now this may not be his expertise in in match type being a ladder, as this man is a submission specialist. He can twist you and turn you in any way to put you in a submission, and he plans to do that in many matches. But in a ladder match, I don't know how that's gonna pan out for him, but we shall see and see how things play out in the coming minutes when this match starts. But first, we have to get our 5th superstar out for this 5-man ladder match. And here he comes, ladies and gentlemen. The final man. Smoke appearing in the ring. Who could it be? It is Andrews. Now, as I said, his partner Ann Andrews could not claim Women's World Championship in the three-way dance in the previous match, but she definitely put on one hell of a match. Will Andrews be able to bring some championship gold to the Andrews clan? We shall find out here in this 5-man ladder match. It's going to be an interesting perspective. You know, we've got a lot of different a lot of different fighting styles in this match. We have the high flyers, we have the submission specialists, we have the all-rounders like Andrews, we have the brawlers like OPOX, who is also the submission specialist. But then we also have the eccentric ones, such as Maddox Everett. And I feel like I'm forgetting someone. I definitely am. Oh, and Pal. Pal is definitely an interesting perspective when it comes to this show as well. This is definitely going to be an interesting ladder match. And this man Andrews looking to lay claim all over TKWF, and he stated that that's his goal, is to dominate the TKWF, and his first chance to do that is right here, right now, in the Intercontinental Championship 5-man ladder match. And we're off. And these 5 men already just attacking each other. And Andrew's attacking Powell, while the Australian Saint and Maddox Everett are teaming up on OPOX now. Oh, and Maddox Everett already climbing outside the ring for the ladder. Powell doing the same on the other side. There is now 2 ladders in play. Oh, Powell just knocked over Andrews. It looks like OPOX is a little bit daisy there, but he's back in. And he's back into a fighting spirit. And Powell gets thrown over the top rope, but he lands on the outside. Oh, and a suplex. A suplex from OPOX there. Now, as I said, as much as OPOX is a submission specialist, he's also a brawler, and he will wrestle you like there's no tomorrow. So don't count him out of this match yet, because submissions aren't the only thing you can do well. Oh, he is a great technician in the ring. and he will out wrestle you as well, so don't count him out. But again, Australian Saint and Maddox Everett working together to beat up OPOX. I guess they see him as a threat, or he's just the bigger man, while Powell and Andrews still dealing with each other. This seems to be the prevailing theme in this match. Oh, but the Australian Saints already climbed, but the ladder gets knocked out. Now Maddox Everett outside the ring. Oh my god. And now it looks like Everett and the Saint are turning on Powell now. OPOX still outside the ring. Haven't seen him for a while. Though he's been taking quite a bit of abuse, he's probably resting up a little bit. Oh, there he goes. He's starting to climb. He's starting to get back up. And Andrews gets sent over the top rope now. And, oh, the drop kick and the hit by the ladder. Oh, someone's just been busted open. I think it's Andrews on the outside. It looks like his nose has been busted open there. Powell with the ladder, but he decides to throw it down. Oh, but he smacks OPOX with it. Maddox Everett's down. OPOX is slowly getting back to his feet, while the Saints just beating up Andrews on the outside now. Oh, OPOX locks it in. He's locked it in. A reminder that he can't win with submissions, but he has locked in one of his famous submissions there. And now Powell kicked out of it, climbed to the top of the ladder. He's grabbing that title now. He wasn't able to unclip any of the locks on that clip holding the title up there. Now Andrew's trying to push the ladder over, but OPOX is a little bit too big for him by the looks. OPOX managed to unlock that first clip. Oh, but the ladder's been pushed over now. OPOX hanging off the title. Now everyone's just waiting for him to drop. And there he goes. He's dropped. Now he's rolling out of the ring. Powell grabbing the other ladder now. The Saints out of the ring. And he's beating up OPOX. Oh, and a nice German suplex there from Powell. Targeting Maddox Everett here. But Andrews starting to make an assault with the ladder. And a third ladder has just been brought into play by the Saint. This ring is about to be filled with ladders. And that just means absolute carnage for these people in this ring right now. Oh, the running punch there. Oh, he's locked in the Kimura. He's locked in the Kimura on Maddox Everett. OPOX, you cannot win this match by submitting. But I guess it is a good strategy to weaken the arms and legs of your opponent so they cannot climb the ladder. And a second Kimura. He's locked in the second Kimura. I mean, if you take out the legs, they can't climb the ladder. And if you take out the arms, they can't reach for the belt. So it is definitely a strategy. I don't know if it's the best strategy you can go for in this match, but it's definitely seemed to work for him so far. Oh my god. The spinning kick to the face from Maddox Everett. And now OPOX is out on the outside. And now the Saints got Powell up. Oh. Dropped Sim on his head. Now Everett got that ladder set up, but it bounces off. Now everyone seems to be teaming up on Maddox Everett now. Even the Australian Saint, who was working with him earlier on in the match. This is absolute carnage, ladies and gentlemen. And you can just see the face of Andrews is just covered in blood now from that busted up nose. It seems that the blood's just been spread all over his face from the constant beatings to the face he's been taking. Now, who would have thought that out of the Mayhem match and this match that this match would have had the more blood in it. But just look at the crimson mask that Andrews is rocking in this match. But he's not letting it stop him. He's got that ladder up. He's just beating Pal down with it. I think the blood's in his eyes. He can't decide where the title is to set the ladder up properly. Oh, a super kick from Pal. A super kick. But he went to climb the ladder thinking that Andrews was out. But Andrews pulled him off the ladder. Oh, he went for a neck breaker of sorts, but the low blow from Pal now. Now, I should mention, although Pal and Andrews are wearing the same gear, they are not affiliated in any way. It just is a happy coincidence that they seem to be wearing the same type of gear. Now, Andrews is just covered in blood now. I still can't get over the sight of the blood that he's lost in this match. Oh, and he's just busted Oppo X up for his troubles. That's 2 people busted up in this match already. And the match is still going. But now, the Saint climbing the ladder. He's unlocked one of the locks on that title clip. There's only 6 more to go. Oh, and a powerbomb from Oppo X. Now, everyone in this match is fighting for their life for that Intercontinental Championship. Now, although the Mayhem Championship does get a title shot, you know, the Intercontinental Championship means a lot more in the grand scheme of things because it's the next step up before World Championship status. You know, most people who have won the Intercontinental Championship in the TKWF before have gone on to be World Champions. Hell, at one stage, even TK Landon was able to claim both the World and Intercontinental Championships at the same time. Now, Maddox Everett's up there. He managed to unlock one of the clips, but the Saint's going up on the ring now. And now Maddox Everett and the Saint are going back and forth on the top of the ladder now. Pal trying to push the ladder over. Doesn't seem to have the strength. Oh, now where's the Saint going? Oh, well, he looked like he was going to jump on Maddox Everett, but decided not to. Climb down now. Now Andrew's still rocking that crimson mask. It's a surprise the blood hasn't gotten into his eyes and stopped his vision. Trying to see how badly Oppo X is busted open, but it looks like only a small cut compared to Andrews now. Or maybe even just like a broken nose or something. Oh my god, that suplex looked devastating. The Saint looked like he hit his head on the back of that ladder. Yep, it definitely looks like just a busted nose for Oppo X now. It's definitely nowhere near how busted open Andrews is right now. Andrews is left alone in the ring. I don't know why Pal went to go grab a whole new ladder when there was already one in the ring and the battle of the ladders, but Andrew won it. Andrews is the only one in the ring. He's climbing. Pal's right behind him though, trying to hit him. It's distracting him enough. He's not able to unlock any of the clips. Oh, he got one. Now in our ladder matches here in the TKWF, we use a very intricate clip lock system where we put 8 clips on whatever's hanging from the title, whether it be a title or a briefcase or a contract or what have you. And the people who are climbing the ladder have to unclip all 8 locks to be able to unclip the title or the briefcase from the clip. So when I mention that they've unlocked so-and-so clips, that's what I mean. Oh, a nice move there from the Saint, but he goes to the top rope. Oh, and a double stomp. A double stomp off the top rope from the Saint. And now the Saint's the only one in the ring. Come on, Saint, you can do it. Maddox and Powell are distracted. Andrews is still knocked out on the outside of the ring. You just eliminated OPOX out of this match by the looks. Oh, here we go. Powell and Andrews both climbing into the ring. He's got two more to go. One more clip to go. The Australian Saint is one clip away from grasping that title for himself, and he got it. He got it, ladies and gentlemen. The Australian Saint is our first Intercontinental Champion. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that was a carnage of a match. A lot of literal blood, sweat, and tears were poured into this match, but there you have it. So the Australian Saint coming out as our first ever TKWF Intercontinental Champion. But for now, we have some tag team action. Now here we have it. You may not recognize the man on the left there, but he is a former TKWF World Champion, a former TKWF Intercontinental Champion, a former TKWF Global Champion, and a former TKWF Multi-Man Champion. He is none other than the former Unbelievable One, TK Landon. Now, a little bit of backstory on why he's changed it. He, as the Unbelievable One, moved on to different feds, and after a while, after joining a faction there, he realized that, you know, he was better than that faction and wanted a faction of his own. He changed his name to the Real Rebel, TK Landon, and thus found some people in some local indie feds and formed the Rebel Club. And now these are two people that he also has history with. Now, the Defiance is actually another stable that TK Landon had created himself. Now, there's the Tag Team Championship that these two will be competing for. Probably one of the best designed belts in this show, if I do say so myself. And we're starting off with TK Landon versus Andre Salas. Now, these two have a lot of history together. You know, let's not forget their great feud at the start of Season 1 of TKWF. Their great trilogy of matches that ended with TKWF coming out as both the TKWF World and Intercontinental Champions. So a little bit of backstory on the Defiance team and TK Landon's part in it. Now, if you watch TKWF Season 1, then you'll know that TK Landon was stuck in a 2-on-1 feud against the DZW denizens Grim Oxley and Jackson Jepson. And to back himself up, he got Andre Salas, of all people, to come to his aid to help him out. And not long after TKWF ended, when the Unbelievable One went to his other feuds, his other feds, he decided to bring along Defiance member Andre Salas and this man right here, Raito Falcon, or as he was known at the time, Kurai Falcon. Now, for those of you that have no experience with the Falcon character, he's changed his name a few times. He debuted originally as Akira Falcon, and he was a force to be reckoned with in the Cruiserweight division. Oh, and TKWF, TK Landon tagged in. Sorry, I'm a bit tired right now. It's 3 a.m. in the morning. TK Landon tagged in now. So he started off as Akira Falcon, and after losing his Cruiserweight Championship to Jesse Kincaid, he turned heel and became Kurai Falcon. But now he goes by the name Raito Falcon, and from my understanding, Raito means light, but the fact that he's using both his white and red, his white and black instead of his white and red colors, means that he's still not 100% sure on his standing, whether he's a face or a heel. He could turn either way. And I'm sure the actions of this match could lead to that happening. And now we've got Flyboy Jack Storm in the ring now. Flyboy has proven himself to be a brilliant tag team competitor in former Feds. Will that continue into the TKWF? Oh my god, the strength of Flyboy there. Just flinging Andre Salas around. So we figured we need to crown tag team champions. But these are the only two tag teams. But it's more rather fitting that Andre Salas and TK Landon face each other here tonight. Because their rivalry harkens back to the early days of TKWF. You know, their trilogy of matches is probably still some of the best matches we've ever seen in the TKWF. And I'm sure Andre Salas, although coming to his aid to help him in the war against DZW and joining other Feds, he's not happy with TK Landon and how he's held himself in recent weeks. Oh, and the DDT there from Flyboy. Flyboy making the tag to TK now. Raito is on the ground, unable to move. And this is an interesting showing now. Here we have a standing moonsault from Andre Salas. Oh, and he's locked in the submission now. Oh, and a nice DDT there from Raito in the back line. But TK still kicking out. The ref telling Flyboy and Raito to get out of the ring. But Salas now. Nice body slam. But TK making his way. Tagging in Flyboy now. Now Flyboy has a very devastating finisher known as... Oh, and he's locked in a submission now. The finisher is known as the Thunderstruck. And it's always been hyped up in former Feds, but he's never actually hit it in those Feds. So it'll be interesting to see if he hits it in this thing. I don't think Jack Storm saw the tag and is not aware that Raito is the legal man right now. Or maybe he is, because he just got Andre thrown out of the ring. But Raito now coming in. I still don't think he knows that Raito is the legal man. But I think he's understood now, because he's starting to attack Falcon. And just throwing him around. The strength of TK Landon. Of Flyboy Jack Storm. Oh my god. The clubs to the chest of Andre Salas and Raito trying to punch him off, but Flyboy is just ignoring everything. And now he's bringing Raito into the corner with TK Landon. And TK Landon putting in some nice work there. Oh, and a facebuster from Raito. Now I think Salas is still on the outside of the ring. He hasn't made it back yet. Oh, never mind, he's back up. And now we're back to Salas versus TK Landon. What an opportunity we have here to see these two fight in the ring once again. Oh, and a belly-to-belly suplex there. Now Landon with the tag. Now, as I said, these two are definitely a well-oiled machine. in the Rebel Club, and they have been teaming for quite a long time, whereas Defiance haven't been working as a team very long indeed. Oh, a nice power bomb there from Jack Storm. Oh, could we see it? Is this it? Could this be it? It is the Thunderstruck. He's landed the Thunderstruck, and 1, 2, but a kick out because of Raito. And Jack Storm not happy now, just brutally beating down Andre Salas because he managed to kick out of the Thunderstruck. And he tags in TK Landon, so TK's got something to do, but he tags out again. They're just playing mind games with Defiance at this point. Andre Salas has definitely taken a beating in this match. He's been in the ring the longest out of all 4 of these men. And he definitely is feeling the pain. And now Jack Storm just throwing him around the ring and tagging in TK Landon again. Now Landon's like, nope, I don't want in. You tag out. Again, just playing mind games with Defiance. They know they've got this match in the bag. Oh, a double underhook DDT there. What a move from Jack Storm. And now the strength to just pick him up off the ground and deadlift him into a powerbomb. And here we go, 1, 2, and a kick out at 2. Now Flyboy's just taking it to Raito now. Now TK Landon stepping in, getting him out of the ring. Now is your chance, Flyboy. Now is your chance. Oh my god, a second Thunderstruck. Is he too close to the ropes? He's not. 1, 2, 3. And the Rebel Club are our first TKWF Tag Team Champions. Now, this well-oiled machine, the Rebel Club, have been crowned the first ever TKWF Tag Team Champions. Congratulations to these boys. They deserve it after all their representation outside of the TKWF, and now they've come home to roost, and they have won Tag Team Gold. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, here we are with the main event of the evening, the final match, and the crowning of the TKWF World Champion. Now here he is, ladies and gentlemen, a man who is no stranger to the TKWF. He is the Ruthless One, Ruthless Rush. Now this man debuted in the TKWF in Season 1 as just a rookie. You know, we all still remember the hideous bright green clothes that he had. His bright green collar, which he still wears, but now is rocking a nice black and blue. As he puts it, it's a reminder of who he once was and where he was now. But he turned heel, he attacked the Vex, who we wanted to have in this match against Ruthless Rush. But unfortunately, we could not come to contract negotiations with Vex. And at the moment, he will not be making an appearance in TKWF Season 2. And here we have a new signee, Elijah Lee, who's been very interesting in the indie feds. So it's going to be interesting to see how he can compete in the TKWF. So the Ruthless One, Ruthless Rush, you know, beating down Vex, attacking him non-stop. It's been a brilliant match. And then having a feud with Jacob Shaw, who made a short appearance in TKWF and will not be returning, was definitely an interesting feud that we did not get to see the end of. And now who do we have coming out now in this Fatal 4-Way Steel Cage match for the TKWF World Champion? Oh, and it is Richie Rose. Now the self-profaned Lord of TKWF, though he's never actually proven himself. He calls himself the Lord of every division, every fed that he's in. And since TKWF is now his main fed, he calls himself the Lord of TKWF. But a win in this steel cage match could very well solidify that, as a TKWF World Championship around his waist would definitely give him Lord status. But this man, the Lord of TKWF as he's called, has a lot to prove and has got 3 other people to go through, one of which is over 7 foot and is freaking huge. It's gonna be an interesting showing. And last but not least, our final entrant into this match. As I was saying, we have one person who's 7 foot. This man is huge in his own right, and he is Brutus the Brawler. Now this man is very dangerous and very scary, and Brutus the Brawler is looking to name himself as TKWF World Champion once in his first debut. I was about to say once again, but he has never been in the TKWF, so he can never have held the championship, so it is not once again. Alright, here we are kicking it off. Now, as I said, the World Championship is basically a replica of the Women's World Championship, and that was to give legitimacy to the women's division, but also to this division, because that is one sexy title. And the cage is being lowered. These 4 men. Richie Rose is definitely the shortest, but also the fastest in this match. And Brutus is the biggest, but Elijah Lee is also one of the toughest SOBs that I've ever seen. So it's going to be interesting to see how these 4 men compete in this steel cage. I mean, look at freaking Ruthless Rush. He's basically... Oh, Richie Rose going for a quick pin. While Brutus the Brawler is just climbing out of the ring. Richie's just watching him. What the hell's going on there? Oh, but Elijah Lee is chasing after him now. He's like, no, stop it. Don't climb. Meanwhile, Richie and Rush are just fighting each other inside the ring. Elijah's trying to stop Brutus from climbing out now, but for some reason Ruthless Rush is stopping Elijah, which is allowing Brutus to climb out of the ring. If Rush doesn't stop him... Oh, he just stopped him and managed to pull him back in. Now it looks like Rush and Richie Rose are working together to get Brutus the Brawler off the top of that cage, and it's starting to work. Richie Rose slowly pulling him down now. And Elijah Lee with a nice back suplex on to... Oh, and a spine buster on to Ruthless Rush. Richie Rose just throws Brutus the Brawler off, and he's starting a descent himself. But instead of stopping him, up is going... Everyone's climbing now. Is it a race to the top? Well, now Ruthless Rush is up there. Bruiser can only stop one of them. Brutus, sorry. But Lee was able to pull Rush off completely. And now Brutus the Brawler slowly pulling Richie Rose back into the ring. These 4 men are definitely showing some fortitude in this match, so they want to continue. Oh! And Richie Rose just slammed the face of Brutus the Brawler in. And now he's making his climb to the top of the ladder again. Rush didn't seem to notice, so he went for... Wait! What was that? Did Ruthless Rush just pull out... Ruthless Rush just pulled out some brass knuckles and took out Elijah Lee with it. Well, that's completely legal in a match like this, but wrestlers have to keep an eye out for that. If he's going to keep doing that in matches, Elijah Lee standing there watching him, he could be climbing out the other side while the other three are distracted, but apparently not. Now Brutus the Brawler, Snake Eyes onto Elijah Lee now. And then the climb. The climb right now from Ruthless Rush. Elijah and Richie fighting each other in the ring. Brutus stopping the climb. This is going to be an interesting match to see who ends up winning, because this is any man's game at this point. And Elijah with the Snake Eyes to Richie and busting him open at the same time. Now Elijah taking time to taunt. This is a steel cage match, Elijah. You do not take time to taunt. Oh my god, look at the busted open face of Richie Rose now. That is Andrew's levels of Crimson Mask right now. And now Brutus climbing, while Elijah watching Ruthless take time. Richie Rose just standing there. Richie, climb out of the ring while your opponents are distracted. Yes, that's it. Start the climb. Oh no, but you took too long, and now Ruthless Rush is taking time. And a big move there from Ruthless Rush, throwing Richie Rose across the ring. And now both Brutus and Elijah are making a climb, while Richie and Ruthless are fighting inside the ring. And now it's a fight on top of the cage between Brutus and Elijah. Richie Rose fighting Elijah as well, but Elijah kicks Richie off. And now Brutus is climbing down for some reason. Maybe he saw an opportunity. Oh my god, a dominator from Brutus the Brawler onto Richie Rose. And he's taking time to taunt now. People need to realize that it's not a taunting decision now. Well, now Richie Rose has got his legs stuck a little bit. And oh my god, what the hell's going on here? He goes for the cover. 1, 2, 3, and Brutus the Brawler with a pin victory. Well, Brutus the Brawler, while Elijah Lee and Ruthless Rush were distracted, got the pin victory over Richie Rose and is our first ever TKWF World Champion. Now, this is definitely one scary person to deal with in this World Heavyweight division, and it's going to be seeing an interesting reign right now. But anyway, thank you so much for watching, guys. If you liked the video, hit the like button, hit subscribe if you want more content from me, and I'll see you in the next video. Much love, stay awesome. Ow!